Trippy, what up?
Hey, what's up? How you doing?
I'm all right, Trippy. I just want some answers this Saturday morning. I
Uh,
just want to know. I just want to know, um, because when women say things like this to men, men don't say like, oh, she's creepy or she's coming on too hard to me or this is too early. This is like disrespectful and this, that, and the third. But the same woman that say I want a man to be honest with me, I want a man to be upfront with what his intentions are. When a man is upfront, and let me tell you women something. Let me tell you women something. If y'all want men to be 100% honest with y'all, 90% of the men that y'all deal with, 90 to 95% of the men that y'all deal with, they will only want you to be a wet hole for them. How about that? How about that? If y'all really want men to be 100% honest with you and not waste your time, right? Because you don't like getting your time wasted. How about that? How about if for the rest of your life, if every man had to be 100% honest with you in the dynamic of the relationship that they wanted with you? How about if they told you that? How would you feel about that? Is that okay? Because you want men to be 100% honest with you, right? How about that then? Anyways, go ahead. Talk to me, Trippy.
I want to say that you do make some very valid points. I mean, it's not okay, in my opinion, for some people, because again, some people have different emotions, so is different people. Some people may think it's too strong, and some people, I know, as much as I want to say it, some people can't handle the truth. Because if they figured out that, like, 90 to 100% of people that talk to them just want to use them, I mean, that would be, pretty hard to face. And some people don't deal with that. But I'm also with you. Some women use this as an advantage because I've seen where some women will say, oh, he's coming on too strong, but they want to keep him dangling there because they want to utilize maybe something he has. I mean, I've seen that before. So I do agree with you. Like, it's not valid. That's not, if that's not what someone wants, I can understand. And, I think it can vary, depending on the type of woman or the type of man. Because I don't necessarily think that women like to be sexually objectified. I mean, some women do. Don't get me wrong, some women do. But also, it's different because I've seen where there are really young women and there's really older men and they're sexually objectifying these women and they're not comfortable with it, and it's different. You're like, oh, that's a different dynamic, the age difference and everything. I just think it could be, different depending on the situation and depending on the people. Some people don't want to hear that. Some people are straightforward. Some people beat around the bush, and some people just can't handle it. But I still agree that there should be boundaries and there shouldn't be any acceptances. If someone doesn't, like it, then, you shouldn't be that way, or, getting upset that they don't, appreciate how you said it. But again, women can also be very predatory. So we need to check ourselves and have accountability for that as well, if that is your intentions. Because I think that that is kind of strange. You barely know someone and you say this to them, even as a woman, it's also not, I mean, moral for a lot of people. They're like, wow, you're just coming up and deducing us to, having intercourse. Like,
Right.
that's very striking to some people. Cause I think I wouldn't do that to a man. You're not a sexual object to me. I don't want to objectify you. That's like terrible. I agree with you on some of those points. It's very valid. And I do think that there are some double standards. It's like, people will see two homosexual men and think that's, taboo, but then they see women and it's a little, less give. They're like, well, that is women, and it's really no difference. So I agree with you on the double standards.
Yeah. Um, I want to address something that Katie the Don said in the comments. Um she said there isn't a double standard. If a man if a man is coming on strong, it's because the attraction level is not there on her end. Okay, Katie the Don. So that's what I said earlier. So you're speaking to my point again. So I'm going to respectfully disagree with you, Trippy, about women getting women disliking, being objectified, especially sexually, because like Katie the Don said, it's the man is only coming on strong because the attraction level is not there on the woman's end.
Well, I mean,
So
I didn't
So
disagree that
Katie the
some
Don.
women are like that though.
So
I agree that some women are.
obviously, not 100% of women like to be objectified, especially sexually. So we're not talking about 100% of women, but based off of what Katie the Don said, so if the attraction level is there, then I'm not really gonna see it as being objectified or sexually objectified because the
I mean,
attraction
but I
level is
still
there.
think the majority of women don't enjoy it because I'm going to tell you right now, as soon as someone deduces me to my body, I don't like it. And I like to wear what I like to wear and look how I like to look. But honestly, majority of women would not appreciate it if you came up or even were direct when you first met them and said these things, even if it is the truth. I'm not disagreeing. Like, if that is your intentions and you let me know, then that will let me know to exit the building because that's all you saw me as. But again, there are some women like that, but the majority of women, I don't really think that they would do that because I mean, all the women I know in my life don't really want to be placed in presence as an object at all. I mean, I can't think of anybody. My grandma, my sister, my niece. I mean, I really can't think of women that, unless they're certain type of women, and even then they don't like it. I think I was looking at an article about Riley Reid, and she's saying how she's done these things in her life in the industry, and it's really damaged her. And so people only see her as an object, even if that is her job. And I'm like, that must be hard because every time someone comes to you, you think their intentions are always going to be that. But I think still majority of the women don't really want to be sexually objectified. And in some fashions, it's getting younger and younger. So that's like the presence of that being so common is kind of strange, in the world that is getting that way. So, to me, people can do what they want to do, but it's creating these byproducts of things like this where it's normal to sexually objectify women.
Yeah, but like we there needs to be talk about how because there's people can talk until they're blue in the face about how predatory men are, but these same things that men are being called predators for, and men are these actions that men are doing that are considered predatory. There's the same amount, if not more, women doing the same thing, but because they're women, it's not really seen as predatory, and it's not taken as serious.
Well, I mean, I don't disagree with that because we can see this even with the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard trial. That was definitely taken serious. But I was going to say that it seems like there is a double standard that women don't do these things. However, the consequence of women actually doing these things doesn't lead to the statistics that we have for men doing these things. Like if a woman is predatory, you don't have more of a chance of being unalived. But if a man is predatory, that's a different situation. I mean, as we can see with the statistics, I'm not undermining, different things that men go through because I think men can go through the same things. They can go through abuse, trauma, and sexual objectification and things like that. I don't disagree with that. But I'm saying that there's still these certain things that happen that are different. Now, I don't think that, we shouldn't hold these people accountable. However, it's still a difference when it happens. And the way that society, again, has reinforced the levels of how men and women interact, it has created these things such as, sexual objectification and things that are overlooked in different standards because of our gender. That like I feel you though. That's why I'm saying I definitely agree that we got to hold people accountable that do this, but we also have to look at the bigger picture of things that can happen differently to people when they do it. You know, it's like if I give a man a response that he says something direct to me like that, and I say no, and he gets disgruntled about it, he can really hurt me. Like, I've already gone through some crazy junk myself. Like, but if a woman gives it, you gonna tell her no? Like, I mean, there's not really many as statistics that women have retaliated in such a way that, you are unalived. So,
Yeah,
I do agree.
I hear what you're saying, but I don't think more stock should be put into the possible repercussions of it, of what happens after the fact, than just preventing or addressing the fact, the initial action that's starting everything off, um to begin with. um I think that's more so what needs to be addressed, and um what needs to be discussed. Someone in the comments said, someone in the comments said she said, I don't think women who speak like this in message get mad at guys for saying the same stuff. Monica, again, like I said and have been saying, it's not going to be a problem with men that they deem to be physically attractive and that they want to engage in these acts with. But if it is a man that they don't deem to be physically attractive, and a man that they have, that they'll never ever want to touch them or speak to them in life, it's going to be a problem. So you're wrong. You're 100% wrong when you say that. So the same women like yourself that are doing these things, you same woman have a problem when men that you don't like do it to you. So again, do 100% of women, do some women want to be, are there a lot of women that don't want to just be reduced to their body? Absolutely. But a man admire a man that a woman deems to be physically attractive and actually likes, that man admiring her beauty, and a man that she thinks is the ugliest man on earth, or a man that she wants no business with admiring her beauty, she has two different reactions to these men. She sees these men in completely different lights. The man that she deems to be physically attractive and likes, it's a nice day. She can have on a sundress. She can have on a sundress. She can be showing a lot of cleavage. He can acknowledge her cleavage. He can acknowledge that, oh, that thing is staying in that sundress that you're wearing right now. And it's gonna be thank you, I appreciate it. It's gonna be smiles. She's gonna like that attention. Let it be somebody that she don't like. Let it be a man that she don't find to be physically attractive. Now he's sexualizing her. Now he's being creepy. Now he's being weird. Keep the same energy with everybody. If you don't want to be sexually objectified, if you don't want to be reduced to your body, have that same energy for everybody. Don't pick and choose who you want to do it with. And if you don't want men approaching you in a certain manner, don't approach men in a certain manner. Not because you're a woman and you know that men are physical beings, and you know that they're so sexual and this, that, and the third, that means you should just come at them a certain type of way. If you don't mind men coming at you that way, then by all means, go ahead and come at men that way. But if you're going to have a problem with the man coming at you like that, don't be coming at men like that. Anyone can come at anyone a type of way. Anyone can come at anyone a type of way. The way we feel isn't their problem. If we don't like it, not going to lie. Monica, everything you're saying is hypocritical, man. If I don't want people coming at me a certain type of way, it would only make sense for me to live my life and not come at people that same way. They just logically, that would make the most sense. It really wouldn't make much sense for me to come at people a certain way that I don't want them to. How I'm gonna be out here coming at people a certain way, but when people come at me that way, then it's a problem. That doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense at all. And again, a lot of the men that y'all deal with, a lot of the men that y'all deal with don't like you like that. They don't want to be your friend. They damn sure don't want to make you a girlfriend. They damn sure don't want to make you a wife. They're never gonna make you a wife, and they damn sure don't want to make you a mother to their child. A lot of men, if they be 100% honest with y'all, you're going to be a friend with benefits. You're going to be a woman that they can pick up their phone and call when they want to get into certain type of stuff, and have you come over or go over to where you're at, and that's gonna be it.
You definitely make some very valid points, and I definitely agree with you. And I hope things can change because it's obvious from the intentions of even these type of messages and mentality, there is an issue with approaches like this and relationships like this. Honestly, this is not virtuous. This is not long term. The intention to think, let me go out and use people is not a good mentality for society. But yet, this is how a lot of men and women think. But I definitely want to agree with you. And, thank you for letting me come up. And, I definitely can understand the perspective, you're saying. But, I can't fully identify with everything because, I'm not a man. But I
Right.
definitely just wanted to say as a woman and try to give you some insight into, the difference in like the complexity of how it would be too. But I agree with you. Some of this stuff, it got to stop. We got to do better. Like, really, we deduce ourselves to our bodies. We got to do better. You're worth so much more.
For
But
sure. Can